Welcome back, Nady.
Thank you. I'm back. You did your episode. I did
Missed you,
mine.
man. Hey.
17 minutes you did. Damn. You're all lonely.
Well, you know, like, I gotta ramble.
I know you're lonely without me.
Honestly, the solos are harder, man.
Yeah, they're definitely different. For sure.
Like, I didn't have anyone to bounce off of.
I did survive. I talked about how Hurricane Helen coming through. In mine, I lived, but my car died. So,
How's that going?
insurance, I've heard from other people that they apparently have so many cars that have been flooded that they're just totaling them off right off the bat without even looking at them. But I haven't heard from my company yet. So, yeah, they towed it away. I just got my rental. I called them at exactly 8 o'clock when they opened. They said they had a car. I took an Uber. Got there about 8:15. There's already 5 people there, and there's like 20 people behind me. And I got like one of the last 3 cars, which was a Kia.
Ooh, damn.
Yeah. They were literally getting cars. They were handing out cars while also getting them in from the dealership at the same time. It was literally like one of those, back and forths.
Well, at least when the dealership decides to sell those cars, they'll be lower price.
This is true. Yeah, no, I think almost every single enterprise renter place is out of business or out of stock right now. Hertz is pretty much the same. Like at least 5 to 8 each renters places for both companies are out for damages. So that's like fucking, I don't even know how many cars that is. Dealerships, I was driving by, have cars inside blocking their entrances so you can't get in because of how much damage they have. They're not even taking people. So bad.
A lot of new movie props being made.
I guess. I felt bad for the lady. I was in line. She was right in front of me. She started her vacation before a hurricane was even announced. And so she reserved a car way ahead of time. She didn't know the hurricane was coming. She comes in to pick it up and they didn't have it in stock. And she got so mad. I felt bad for her.
Oh, well.
Poor lady's vacation. Yeah, my car is towed away. The water rose way too high than expected. I was one street off from it not coming in. The 7-Eleven/Target across from me just barely didn't get flooded high enough to...
Should have parked
I
over
know.
there.
Fuck, I was one street off. How was I supposed to know? Bad luck.
Should have drawn the map, figured it out.
Maybe. But yeah.
So what about work? You still going to work?
Yeah, they're making...
They shut down right now.
No, we're going to work. Fuck, they're making everybody go to work during the freaking hurricane.
Yeah, Walmart's kind of the same way.
What,
I've seen some videos of people down
yeah,
there.
but what's stupid is we had evacuation A, but they're technically in B. In order to get to them, you have to go through A. So basically, you have to go through a flooded area to get to them. It's just like, no. So a lot of people didn't show up. I didn't show up when my car got flooded. The next day, I was like, I'm already on the phone with everybody, calling everybody for a car and everything. Now I can go to work. I got a car.
Woohoo!
So I skipped the day.
I too have been living through the pains of this hurricane. I had no problems whatsoever. It's been pretty chill.
Nice. Yeah, the water ended up getting into my tailpipe, which is apparently not a good thing. So.
But yeah, you're not supposed to have water internally whatsoever.
Well, water leaves externally through the tailpipe. Why can't it go through it in the inside?
It's a little different.
Yeah, my floors were all flooded. The insides too. So, yeah.
Well, hopefully you get a good insurance payout and you can get something.
I'm hoping they don't even look at it and they just give me the maximum, which they probably won't. But I owe $3,500 on my car. So, and if they go...
You might, I don't know how it works, but I'm pretty sure that they'll at least give you that much to pay it off, plus what it's worth.
Plus what it's worth? Well, from what I was told is if they do a cash payout, they go by like Kelly Blue Book. So, it'd be about worth $5,000. So
you should expect just guessing here, probably 8 to 9 grand total.
I hope so, but I don't know what my limit is for my policy, and I can't seem to find it anywhere. Like the guy who runs this place that I live in, his policy only limits him to 7,000. So
that's fucking trash.
Yeah, he was disappointed. He has an SUV too. The people behind me, they have an HOA, and last year apparently they wanted to save money on their HOA, so they had their HOA guy get rid of their flood insurance, and they all got flooded.
Well, sucks to them. HOA suck ass anyways.
Yeah, I know, but you know, you would think in Florida you'd keep at least the flood insurance.
Yeah, I mean, that's the region you're in. You should just have it.
Yeah, they got rid of it for some reason. That's the thing that they cut. So you feel bad for him, but he was like, "Oh, they voted for it." So yeah, every first floor got flooded. So
perks of living on a higher floor, I guess. Yep. Till the foundation collapses and you all go down.
Nah, this thing's made out of fucking cement and brick. The guy says that in between each cement brick is more cement. Things are solid.
Well, you know, water erodes stone.
We got brick.
That's also stone.
Shit.
Nah, you're probably fine, but they'll probably have guys surveying the area still.
Yeah. Our power's underground, so we didn't lose power. We had a few glitches real quick, but after power, no internet though.
Well, you can't save everything, man.
I know.
Be glad your fridge still ran, you know?
This is true, even though I had nothing almost in it. I don't keep stocked up stuff.
Well, I made I cleaned off my one desk and I made my home workstation for the studio.
I saw.
It was more of like for the work days, like when I'm working, I could still kind of do a little bit of studio stuff without having to spend hours over at the studio too. So like, you know, I get done with my 12-hour shift, I can just go home, wind down, and I can still kind of work on minis while I'm at it.
Yeah.
And you know, so like my days off, like yesterday, today, my days are off for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday now. I can still go over and work on the bigger projects and, you know, spend, you know, just as many hours in the studio as I would a normal day at work without it conflicting with work. So days I work at home station, days I don't work, I'll go to the studio.
Damn.
And now I'm still kind of getting more work done per se.
I see you're building that big guy.
Yeah, he's the main project in the studio.
He's looking nice.
So he's looking all right.
You
his armor color's basically solidified. So now I just gotta start doing details, which is why you see him starting to add the gold on the rims. And
oh, is that your 5-layer paint system?
it's not 5.
How many paint layers do you do?
Well, this will be 3 for like the blue and the purple areas. My base coat, my layer, and then I go over it with a it's not a shade, it's contrast paint.
Prime the base black,
that
or
I
you
use
paint
to
the base
shade.
black?
That's spray paint.
Do you prime the base black,
Yeah, I
but
prime.
not the head?
Well, the head's painted white. I primed the whole thing.
Oh, you painted it purposely white. Oh, I
Yeah.
thought it just wasn't finished.
No, that's just the armor design. It's just not thick enough yet. Like I only got 1 layer of paint on it, so white's a difficult paint. So I thin it down a
I
lot,
thought you were.
just because usually it's pretty chunky.
I thought you were gonna split the helmet in half like you did with the armor.
No, so I might actually have that on my computer. So this is my custom chapter. Like when I was 12 years old, when I made the color scheme.
Yeah, it's Uncle Andrew's guy.
Yeah, and that's what I based my character off of, like, and the whole studio, really. Boop. Yeah, so this is like the original, like, concept, and I've just pretty much used it since then.
Wait.
Except for like the shoulder or the knee pad things.
Let's say your shoulder blades are also not white.
So it depends on the model I'm painting, because this guy isn't actually a space marine. I'm kind of just winging it.
Gotcha.
Right, like if you were to look at like the actual completed miniatures for my army, like overall, I'm still following that scheme. The captain's in Terminator armor, so he doesn't have knee pads, but I'm gonna. It'll depend on like the rank of the soldier too. Like I think I want to do like units with black shoulder pads, like just basic line troopers, and then veterans I'll include a little more white.
Nice.
And it's also like my troops will have white helmets, and then anyone of command status actually has an orange helmet, which is kind of clashing with the skin tone that I do for them, because you know they're Aryan, so they're white with blonde hair, and then the orange is just almost the same color as their skin.
Oh, yeah. That might be an issue.
It still looks good.
Once I get my glasses, I'll probably be able to paint so I can actually see without my eyes going blurry.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
I went for my eye test for the first time in, I don't know, 20-something years. Oh, I got them all done.
Pretty sure I've told you like 20 times you should probably go see an eye doctor.
Yeah, I mean, it costs $400 for my glasses, so you know. That might be why I missed it.
Makes life easier, man.
I know, but $400. That's with insurance.
Yeah. Right, but it's $400 for how many years?
I don't know until I break the glasses.
Well, don't break them.
One pair of glasses. The glass.
Now something
I was gonna say the glasses were like $240, but then I had to get all the good stuff, so I got the transition glasses that Jeff has. So they go in and out for light, so I don't have to get sunglasses. Got anti-glare on those bad boys. I got a different type of plastic, so it's more clear. I got everything. Got all the works. I got the old man glasses too, like those. Like the
bifocals?
No, the pair that looks like an old man, the big fat ones.
Oh, like the Coke bottles?
Kind of like that. They're straight across and they dip down real low. The old men wear.
Okay. Hey man, if they work, they work.
What are you gonna say?
So, with the setup of my at-home studio, I've inadvertently, I didn't plan on it being this way. It's just how it ended up. I'm doing all like my sci-fi stuff in the studio, so like Warhammer 40k, War Machine, all that stuff. You know, anything with guns, I'm painting at the studio. All my fantasy stuff has somehow found its way to being what I work on at home.
Hey, 2 different loves getting painted. Seems like a good setup.
It's pretty nice. Like I pulled out a bunch of just like duplicate paints that I've collected over the years, because it's like, you know, like if this is color I use a lot for a lot of my projects.
Yeah.
I have extras, so use them in both places. But I'm also like taking out paints that I've purchased and just never used. And I just brought those over and was like, well, they're gonna find use now.
Yeah. Plus,
like I have the scale 75 green set, and you know, I very rarely use my scale 75. It's like, well, I'm painting an orc. I guess he's just gonna be a different shade of green from the other orcs, but I'm gonna use the scale 75s.
might as well.
Give him a test.
Plus, it gives you something new to paint, so you're not painting the same thing over and over again, where you get bored.
Right, you know, it's a room for experiment while I'm at it.
Daniel,
So,
look at you.
I busted out my Stormcast Eternals.
Ooh.
I know I sold my army of Stormcast, but I still have basically a second Stormcast Eternal army on the sprue still. So I've been assembling them, and I'm actually going to reapproach my design that I originally used when I was first painting them. And I watched a Ninja video. He's a miniature painting YouTuber.
Yeah.
And he'd recently covered his Night Lord's army and how they were too dark. And I feel that my Stormcast Eternal army, it's almost the same scheme as his Night Lords, because that's kind of where I got my scheme, was the Night Lords.
Oh, yeah.
I feel that my army's too dark as well, so I want to take this, you know, newly inspired army setup that I got going on in this new station here, and I'm gonna try to reapproach it and see if I can just brighten them up a little bit, see if that fixes all the issues that I've had visually with my previous design.
Hopefully. Yeah, I prefer lighter colors over darker colors. Oh, I don't like the black primer.
it's just how I've always done it. I've used grays and whites as well, but like when it comes to like what I want, it's just better for me to start with a black
I need
prime.
to get one of those magnifying glass things where you don't have to use your hand. Those ones that attach to your desk and you can just move it around.
Yeah, I've seen Walmart selling a few of
Do
them.
you have them?
I do
You
not.
just use your eyes?
My eyes are perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, man. How do you see those tiny little details? Everything looks the same when it's coated in just black.
I assume it's just because of like everything else I do in life, like working on cars and being a hunter. I just need good eyes. So like, you know, like, I'm the guy that'll spot a fox 50 miles down the hill.
Oh, I can't do that.
You know, like,
I'm too careless. I can't.
yeah, no. If I start losing my vision, I'm probably just gonna hang myself because I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Get glasses.
So yeah, you know, I'm working on my Slaves to Darkness army stuff more. Like if you look at the studio picture stuff, you'll see the Bladeborn box, and you know I'm testing out the Godsworn Hunt, working on Conqueror's Ravengers. But I also, while I was in Batavia, I picked up a first edition Age of Sigmar box.
Woo!
That comes with the old Stormcast Eternals and the Khorne Blood Warriors.
Nice.
And the Stormcast are going to end up with the rest of my Stormcast army that will be inevitably sold. But the Blood Warriors actually fit in my Slaves to Darkness army, which is my main army for Age of Sigmar. Because I'm Chaos Undivided, I can use all the gods.
Nice. Nice.
So, yeah, no, it's like, you know, because I have Nurgle stuff in my army too.
You do love Nurgle.
I'm very picky on what I use, but, well, I do have 2 Nurgle armies for 40k, so.
I know.
Yeah, no, it's just pretty fun. Like, I'm testing out new paints, I'm playing with new schemes, I'm reapproaching things that I gave up on.
I'll bring back the painting love.
Yeah. And then I picked up Space Marine the board game.
Oh.
It comes with Lieutenant Titus and 21
I
Tyranids.
just wanted them for the models.
Yeah, I've been looking at Titus because my Primaris Marines are for one army, which is like the pictures I've been sending there, like the custom chapter I've been using. They're the biggest reason I actually resurrected the project, because I used to paint it when they were, you know, the only firstborns existed.
Mm-hmm.
And then in 2018, I abandoned all my Space Marine armies. I went straight Space Wolf. But with all these Primaris Marines coming in with all these boxes I buy, you know, they've just been sitting there and building up. Like half of my Spruto is just Primaris Marines. And I was like, I've been feeling like painting one of like my Marines just to like see the improvements that's happened over the last like 15 years.
Yeah. Compare it.
So I did the Space Marine Captain and Terminator armor, and I went, I could do an army of this. I really like how it looks. Like I've fine-tuned a lot of the aspects of how I want to paint the
You gonna
army.
repaint your old army, or you're gonna keep both of them side by side? Go through like the history of your painting.
The old army got stripped.
Oh.
Like I stripped all the paint off them because I went straight Space Wolf. So all my firstborns are Space Wolves.
Reassign
And
them.
so like I had this. I don't like converting very much. Like I'll swap pieces from kit to kit. And Primaris Marines, they just don't have that kind of ability. They're very static. So they just kind of sat there. I wasn't used because I didn't want them to be Space Wolves. I didn't feel like converting them to Space Wolves. They're too boring to be Space Wolves.
Why'd
And after painting that Terminator Captain, I was like, well, this guy looked great. What if I just used all these Primaris Marines as another army and resurrect my personal chapter?
Oh, me?
So it's going to be a full Primaris army, fully compliant with 10th edition and plus rules as we continue through Warhammer. And I'll just leave all my firstborn stuff for the Space Wolves. Space Wolves will stay strictly firstborn, and I'll just have this army be all my Primaris Marines.
Nice. So you just got rid of them all and changed them up.
Yeah. It obviously didn't work because now I have Dark Angels and Ultramarines, and I'm resurrecting my chapter now.
Yeah. Should have kept them for before and after.
But you know, like I'm not keeping the Dark Angels. I'm not keeping the Ultramarines. I wanted to paint Ultramarines. It's just something I felt like doing. I'm gonna sell them.
Yeah, make that money.
I ended up with the Dark Angels just because someone at the store, he was selling an older edition box set for Warhammer that just had Dark Angels in it as well. I wanted the Chaos half again because like it was a really cool box. They're hard to get. You go on eBay, people are buying these boxes for $400 to $700, and he was like $90. I was like, fucking deal, dude.
Hell box.
It was only missing the Hellbrew. So
Nice cheap win.
yeah.
Good to know people.
I was like, well, I can paint Dark Angels, you know. I've sold Dark Angels before. I can do it again.
Yeah.
But in the Space Marine board game, it comes with one Primaris Marine, Lieutenant Titus. I'm thinking I might try to do like a what do you call it? Like a raffle per se, or like just to like get people to follow me, increase my numbers and my algorithms. I'll be like, follow me, I'll put your name in the raffle, someone will win, and then I'll paint Titus to your personal choice, whatever chapter you want to be in, and ship it to you.
Oh man.
You know, try to build up my follower count.
Unless I win, I'm painting them purple. Ugh.
You know, I am painting a purple Space Marine for my board of chapter project. So
Nice. All right, this was this chit chat number 30.
woo!
Adios, everybody.
We're back.
Yeah, we're back.